Transfer update, Pogba back to Italy? The Gunners missed out on Champions League football in Arsene Wenger's last season, but fans are hopeful Emery is the right man to turn their fortunes around. Here we look at how Arsenal could line up on the first day of the season against Manchester City, if Emery opts to play his preferred 4-2-3-1 formation, which he often deployed while in charge of Paris Saint-Germain. GK, Bernd Leno. Emery didn't explicitly confirm that Leno will be Arsenal's new number 1 this season in his recent press conference. "I want to work with Petr Cech, with Bernd Leno, with Emiliano Martinez, with Matt Macy, with David Ospina," said the Arsenal boss. "It's clear that we have a lot of goalkeepers, but we want to work in the future with 3 goalkeepers in the first team." Bernd Leno looks set to be Arsenal's number 1 keeper this season. Image, Arsenal FC. "Now, I want to work every day with all the goalkeepers, and then I am going to decide who is number 1. But given Cech's less than convincing last campaign and the fact the Gunners splashed out £19 million to land Leno, suggests he will be in goal when the North London club take on Manchester City on the first day of the new season. RB, Hector Bellerin. The Spaniard was immense when he stormed onto the scene in 2014, following a brief loan spell at Watford. He looked destined to become the world's best right-back, but his progression has stalled in the past 2 seasons at Arsenal. Still, Bellerin is only 23 and has plenty of years left in him in which to reach the pinnacle of world football. He possesses electric pace and bags of potential, and you can bet Emery is keen to unlock this over the next few seasons. CB, Socrates Papastathopoulos. The big Greek centre-back is one of Emery's 5 summer signings, and you'd expect him to slot straight into his Arsenal back 4. He's already been handed the number 5 shirt, which speaks volumes, and comes with huge experience, having previously played in Germany, Italy and Greece. Socrates Papastathopoulos will likely slot straight into the first team. Image, Arsenal FC. Not only this, but he should have a connection with the players currently at the squad. Upon signing, he spoke out about his relationships with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Henrikh Mkhitaryan, saying, "I spoke to them a lot times. They said to me the best things about this club, that it is one big family, and of course they also called me not every day but a lot of times telling me to come here." CB, Shkodran Mustafi. Arsenal are short of options at centre-back, and despite Callum Chambers catching Emery's eye on the training ground in recent weeks, we suspect Mustafi will get the nod against Manchester City. The defender has all the tools to be a world-class operator for Arsenal, but has failed to pull all these components together in recent years. Emery, you can expect, will already be on top of the German and making it clear that there are younger players knocking on his door. It's a big season for Mustafi, one that will make or break his career in North London. LB, Nacho Monreal. It looked for everyone that Nacho Monreal's days were numbered when Sead Kolasinac joined the North London club from Schalke. But arguably the Spaniard was the Gunners' best player last season, if not, then certainly their most consistent. Nacho Monreal is easily the Gunners' best option at left-back. Image, David Price. Petr Cech could leave Arsenal in shock transfer back to Chelsea. In addition to his defending duties, the left-back added goals to his game, and spared Wenger's blushes more than once in his final campaign. At 32, Monreal's days are numbered, but currently he is still Arsenal's best option at left-back, and will almost certainly be in the first 11 against the Citizens. CM, Aaron Ramsey. Jack Wilshere was told he wasn't going to be a major part of Emery's plans, and therefore left the club this summer. Ramsey, on the other hand, who emerged in the same way and at the same time as Wilshere, was told the complete opposite. "I am very happy with him," Emery said of Ramsey, upon seeing him in action. "Every training is with the ambition I want, working with quality and the competitive spirit I want. I want to work with him. His future is a question for the player and club. I said to Ivan, Roland, Sven, Gazidis, Sanyehi and Mislintat, the collective dealing with contracts and transfers, he's an important player for me. There's no doubt the Welshman will command the middle of the park against City." CM, Lucas Torreira. Arsenal have been screaming out for a top-drawer holding midfielder for years, and they have finally got one. Despite a decent World Cup for Switzerland, Granit Xhaka just isn't consistent enough, and he will likely see his game time dramatically reduced next season. Like Xhaka, Torreira also had a great World Cup representing Uruguay. Lucas Torreira is the type of player Arsenal have needed for years. Image, Stuart McFarlane, Arsenal FC via Getty Images. Kingsley Coman transfer links get Arsenal fans excited, pay the money. In the middle of the park he showed he's gritty, and only too happy to get stuck into a hard challenge, making him perfect for the Premier League. But he's also got a football brain on his shoulders. He can play in close quarters under pressure, or spray a ball up the pitch to a forward. He'll have his hands full against Manchester City, of course, but Emery couldn't have a better man to disrupt their flow in the middle of the park than Torreira. Mesut Ozil. If this season is a big one for Mustafi, then it is giant for his compatriot Ozil. The midfield maestro has been a shadow of his former self in recent months, and missed Wenger's final few games in charge last season through injury. All the while he posted pictures to Instagram reiterating his excitement in getting to play for Germany in the World Cup. But this summer's tournament couldn't have been any more disastrous for the midfielder, who became the scapegoat for Germany's shocking campaign. Upon returning to the Gunners, Ozil was handed the number 10 shirt, which is something he has been desperate to get his hands on for years. Now he has to justify it. LF Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Arsenal's most exciting player as things stand. The talented striker showed he's raring to go in the Gunners' pre-season demolition of Boreham Wood on the weekend, where he scored goals for fun. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang ran riot for the Gunners against Boreham Wood. Image, Arsenal FC. Ideally Aubameyang would play up front, but given the fact Arsenal are a little top-heavy, Emery may look to squeeze him in on the left. This would provide the Gunners with a different focus in attack, a second option, and could even result in Aubameyang emulating the great Thierry Henry. RF, Henrik Mkhitaryan playing on the opposite side to Aubameyang. Mkhitaryan would be the more defensive of the two wide players, the man who could slot back into midfield along with Ozil, with Ramsey pushing out left and the Gabon international joining Alexander Lacazette up front, if need be. Finding a way to fit the Armenian into the first team is vital, given his ability. And Wenger perhaps struggled with this, given the fact that Mkhitaryan and Ozil, two assist masters, found themselves treading on the other's toes. It's a slight issue Emery will have to iron out, but we suspect the former Manchester United star will play against City. CF, Alexander Lacazette. Like Ozil, Lacazette needs to perform this season. The Frenchman's honeymoon period was cut short all too quickly last year, after he completed his £56 million move from Lyon at the start of the campaign. He scored on his debut, and looked set to be the answer to all Wenger's problems. But then the Frenchman found himself being rotated, and suddenly it became a running joke that Wenger didn't trust him to finish a game, with his number constantly, often unnecessarily, behind called. Alexander Lacazette will be looking to restore his confidence this season. Image, Getty Images Europe. The treatment resulted in the striker losing all confidence in his ability, which ultimately had a major impact on his form. This season things are different, however. Lacazette has a blank canvas in which to reintroduce himself to the Arsenal fans. Let's just hope he finally gets the chance to do so under Emery. Anyone else? Arsenal have been linked with the move for Bayern Munich's Kingsley Coman, who can be deployed on either wing or up front. The 22-year-old would therefore provide great cover for Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang and Lacazette, while also being good enough to start. Barcelona midfielder Andre Gomes is also on the Gunners' radar, and could reportedly be signed for around £20 million. His possible introduction would see Xhaka's game time reduced even more.